Okay, now let us try to find alternate angles which from the angles made by a transversal intersecting two lines. So let me just bring L line and M line intersected by N, which is a transversal line. So angle made are angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So in alternate angles we have two types of angles. Two types of angles here. One is alternate interior angles and the other one is alternate exterior angles. So when we are going to determine about interior angles, then we have to know that the angles between the L and M line will be called interior angles. That means this 4, 3, 5, 6 angles will be called the interior angles, and 1, 2, 8, 7 will be the exterior angles. So remember, the interior angles will be those angles between the line L and M. Now let us try to find alternate angles. And before we find alternate angles, we must remember these 2 points. Alternate angles, they must have, number 1 is that they must have a different vertex. Secondly, they must be on the opposite side of the transversal. That means that alternate angles must have different vertex and they must be on the opposite side of the transversal. So first, let us try to find for alternate interior angles. So interior angles means we have to determine, see it only for the angles between L and M, which are 4, 3, 5, 6. So let me just bring them here. L and M line. So and transversal. So we have 4, 3, 5 and 6. In this case, you can see that, let us compare first for angle 4 and 6. Let us see here. Angle 4 is here, angle 6 is here. You can see that angle 4 has different vertex, 6 has different vertex. And you can also see that they are, since this is the transversal line, they are on the opposite side. One is on the left side, one is on the right side. That means these two angles, 4 and 6, fulfill the criteria for being alternate angles. Then we can say that angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate, as well as since they are the angles are between L and M, we can say alternate interior angles. The same goes for 3 and 5. You can see here 3 and 5, angle 3 and angle 5. Angle 3 is like this and angle 5 is like this. Here you can see 3 has different vertex, 5 has different vertex, and they are present on the right side and the left side of the transversal. So they also fulfill the criteria for being alternate angles. So we can say that angle 3 and 5 are also alternate interior angles. Now let us move to the alternate exterior angles. So in this case, we will consider those angles which are outside. So 1, 2, 8 and 7 are the angles outside the L and M line. So you can see here angle 1 and angle 7. Let us compare angle 1 and angle 7. You can see that angle 1 has different vertex, 7 has different vertex, and they are present on, one is on the left side of the transversal line and one is on the right side. Then we can say that they are both, the angle 1 and angle 7 are alternate exterior angles. The same goes for angle 2 and angle 8. And we can say that angle 2 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. Okay, now lastly, we are going to determine pair of interior angles on the same sides of the transversal. So let me bring the two lines and the transversal again. L line and M line with the transversal N. So the angles formed will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So in this case we are going to determine the pair of interior angles. That means we have to see it only for angle 4, 3, 5, 6. These are the interior angles. So let me write them here again. L line, M line with the transversal N. So 3, 4, 5 and 6. So here, pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So what are the pair of interior angles? That means this, we have to bring two angles together and which are on the same side of the transversal. That means angle 4 and angle 5 are pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. And the same goes for angle 3 and angle 6. You can see that 3 and 6 are interior angles as well as on the same side. So we can say that angle 3 and angle 6 are pair of interior angles on the same sides of the transversal. So 3 and 6 are also pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Okay.